Yo, what's good? This Black Seas. Shout out to Slizzy for giving me the topic of the day, which is music, something that's near and dear to my heart. I'm going to break down. I'm going to do it in a few videos, just because I don't want to be long-winded. So I'm going to start out with the artist today. Some of the do's and don'ts if you're an up-and-coming artist. I'm going to say the most important thing is what you guys have to realize. As an artist, you should be an artist, which is to me being creative. Right now, I see a lot of people coming out and what we used to call it back in the day was biting. There's a lot of people that's out there biting. What biting is when you don't have your own style. You're mimicking somebody else because that's what made them successful or what made them famous. Um, it's a big difference. I think that the reason why a lot of you cats is not getting picked up is not because of talent, is because you're not being yourself. That's rule number one. You always got to be yourself when you come into the music. You got to have a certain presentation about yourself. You can't be manufactured. You know, if you sound like a Drake or a Future or Rick Ross, which are some of the new people, um, people aren't going to listen to you because they're going to go and listen to those artists that are already, they've shown their story. Some of your biggest rappers of all time became big because people could relate to them, based on what they've gone through. If Eminem had come out and not talked about being in a trailer park, he wouldn't have been authentic, and people probably wouldn't listen to him. You know, he could have came out and talked about selling drugs and things like that, being as though that's been successful for other people. But he stayed true to himself and his lyrics, and then he was able to develop and grow, and somebody noticed him. Number two, man, y'all treating this joint too much like the drug gang. When you speak on the gang, there was a time, we call it art, and cats is calling hip hop music the game now, which basically brings it down. You bring that environment of um, the drug gang. Now, I'm not knocking that or whatever, but a lot of y'all cats ain't even hustling right. Like, if you, a true artist, is going to not compromise who they are, or their music. They're going to be creative and make things to challenge people, as far as, taking them to the next level with your artwork. But you guys are, you calling the game. You see the product. You go out and you try and basically remanufacture that product. That's almost like if you watch American Gangster with Denzel, the part when he was sitting down in the joint, he was talking to Cuba Gooden that was playing. Who was Cuba Gooden playing? He was playing Nicky Barnes, and Cuba apparently had taken the product, and put something else on it, and it was watered down. And basically, Frank was like, "Yo, you got to stop selling it if you're not gonna sell it, for what it is." It's the same thing, man. A lot of y'all cats is coming out here, and you're flipping someone else's product, and you're not even doing that right. Like, if you're going to be in the game, rule number one, you got to put your money up, and that's in business too. A lot of you cats are very cheap, as far as what, if this is what you want to do and is your business, and you look at yourself as a CEO or a president, if you will, if you're trying to run your own company. Scared money don't make money. You got to get the best. A lot of you guys are trying to take shortcuts, and it's really not working. If you got to get a guest appearance or whatever, or a producer, and that's very important. The producer is important. You guys always try and shortchange the producer. You want beats for free and say, "Oh, I'm gonna blow up." No, I don't really need that. I'd rather keep my beats and listen to them for my own pleasure than to give them to someone else that's going to profit off of it. A lot of you guys are charging for verses, but you don't want to pay your producer, and you ain't even really on. Like, if you don't have a strong following, if you can't drop a song and get, you know, I say 500 or more likes, then I'm not going to pay you, for a verse. You should be investing. Stop using other people's beats. Stop using these SoundClick beats where it has somebody else's name in it, and then you try to go to, if the song blow up, you don't even have the rights to your own music, and somebody's going to take a cut off of that. So what I would suggest that you guys do is get with, like, is enough producers online that's hungry, that want to give you good product. Those free beats that you're getting, everybody and their mama rapped on them joints. Go out and invest in your project. Invest in, merchandise. Invest in yourself. You know, there's some people that's really doing it. Sometimes you got to lay, like you got to lay some palms. Sometimes you got to pay somebody to get you on the radio because it's a business. Scared money don't make money. So what I would suggest that you guys do is you're not going to really make money off of trying to sell CDs or digital downloads and this, that, or the third because you don't have a name. You don't have a strong following. What I would suggest that you guys do is get you a strong following. And what that then takes is trying to do as many shows and showcases as you can do. That means hustling your music all the time. That means investing in your craft. Like, you got to make yourself look good. You got to invest in clothes. You got to invest in your business cards. You got to invest in paying your producers. You have to invest in all these things because at the end of the day, the record label ain't going to hook you up with those things. They come out and they want to pimp you in the game. A&R's job is to find talent that they can flip real quick and then drop you and then get the next artist. It's not like it used to be. These 360 deals, if y'all don't know about those are some shit where the company takes, like you could have a following and then they're going to want to take a hit off of everything you do. I say if you can be independent with all the tools that are out there right now, be independent. And I'm sorry this video is going long, but I just got to speak on it. Be independent, create your following, do shows, have merchandise. Merchandise is where you're going to make your money at. So if you do a show and people are feeling you and you got a fly t-shirt, like if everybody wants that t-shirt, it's promotion for you because people will rock that t-shirt and it's also money in your pocket. And who knows, you might even sell, like if your logo is a dope design, you might have somebody that'll spend the money on a t-shirt, or somebody might spend the money on something that's customized with your logo on it just because they like the way it look. You always ain't gonna make bread from music. Invest in yourself, people. Be original. Do what you got to do. Stop shortchanging it. Be active. You got to hit the streets. You got to hit the pavement. You got to tell everybody about your stuff, and you got to do it the best. But please be original. Please invest. Just do what you got to do, man. Make good music. All the people that I've worked with collectively, I enjoy all y'all. I see a lot of y'all coming up. It's way too many of y'all to shout out, especially in my area. Like right now, Virginia is hot as far as MCs go. But a lot of y'all cats ain't gonna make it because you're doing the same thing that the next man is doing. It's redundant. It's boring. You gotta do what you gotta do. It's a business. You have to invest in your business. You gotta put that money in to get that money back in that return. If you're not willing to do that, you ain't gonna make it. People always ask, why do a lot of whack rappers make it? It ain't because of their talent. It's because they have the ability to hustle and get their product off the ground. Like, I don't like Soulja Boy's music, but he hustled himself a situation. He put it up some money. You gotta put up or shut up. So that's number one. I'll give y'all some more tips later. Next is going to be the producer, and then I'm going to do the DJ after that, and I might touch on promoters and all that other stuff, but it's just a couple of tips. I hope they help you. Remember, if you're trying to be successful, you got to go out, you got to work hard, you got to be original, definitely be original, and you got to be willing to invest in your craft. Oh, one more thing, study your history too. Like a lot of y'all cats, if your hip hop knowledge start with Biggie and Tupac, you missing out a lot. Go study, and anything that you want to be successful in, you have to study it. You think Allen Iverson didn't watch Michael Jordan ball? You don't think he studied tape? You don't think Floyd Mayweather didn't watch Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard and Roberto Duran? Go and study, man. If you don't know about Kool Moe Dee, go study. If you don't know about African Bambaataa, then study. If this is what you want to do, they'll tell you in any business or anything you're trying to do, know the history behind your work. Invest. I'm out. Peace.